Before we start off anything, man, make sure y'all check out our sponsors, Kind Wolf. If you buy something from Kind Wolf, you will get a free reaction with that. With not proof of purchase, but when it comes to the crib, do that. So make sure you go get Kind Wolf and let's get it rocking. Look, check this out. Cash Money, No Limit, just finished. And I got some raw thoughts about it, man. One, first and foremost, where was Lil Wayne? Where was Lil Wayne? Like, I can't imagine that he would have something more important than what's happening right now tonight. Like, it's tough to imagine, like, yo, something else is happening that needed his energy. So I'm thinking maybe some personal issue, or I'm thinking maybe like, maybe they're going through it again. I don't want to put that out there because, that was a big thing. But, I mean, I just can't imagine why Lil Wayne, the Lil Wayne, wouldn't be at a Cash Money, No Limit. Like, I just don't get that, right? Boom. Number two, the crowd. Crowd for sure was like the wrong crowd for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They didn't really, people were saying like, yo, they didn't know the No Limit records. No, they really didn't know the Cash Money records either. There's a lot of records they did not know. I mean, I'm talking about even the records you don't know, you know some of the record. You know what I'm saying? So they knew, you could tell who was there from Complex Con and who was there because they know it. You know what I'm saying? It was a clear difference. They was putting the camera on some people that was really getting it, but at the same time, it'd be somebody right next to them that don't know what's going on. They in their own world. They out of it. They in La La Land. You know what I'm saying? So crowd was a little assy. But that don't mean it wasn't good. I think overall it was good. Snoop Dogg came out. That was the highlight of the night, to be honest with you. And I thought, you know what I thought? I thought they was gonna bring Wayne out after Snoop. I thought they knew. Look, I thought Cash Money knew Snoop was coming out, so they was gonna send Wayne out afterwards. Also, a Millie was a horrible, terrible idea in that setting. That, like, even if you're gonna pick a Lil Wayne song, you could have picked Block Is Hot. We in a certain era. Then you bring up a Millie, it's slow, it's that tempo, it's like rapidy rap. We ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Not right here, not right now. That was a bad read. It was bad. Also, No Limit with the fatigues on. At first, I thought it wasn't gonna work. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like, they look old. They looked old. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, they fresh out of 1997 in a bad way. But as it went on, I started to appreciate it because that nostalgic feel started to come back with the actual music. You get what I'm saying? So I said something in the pregame YouTube. You can go, it's on my YouTube shorts. I said the nostalgia will play more into No Limit because we ain't seen them in a while. We seen Cash Money never went nowhere. We ain't seen No Limit in a while, so the nostalgia was like on their side. You get what I'm saying? So Mia X came out there. She's always been a showman. She did her thing. It was only one song I didn't like Mia X on. I felt like the delivery should just been, but other than that, P ain't got the legs. P ain't got the legs no more. P legs gone. It's over. Cause P moved them legs the whole time he performing like you know what I'm saying? Them legs, the high knees ain't high no more. They just low. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't working. So he did his thing, but it was like visibly like, okay, you ain't got the energy. Birdman too. Birdman, like he was about to fall asleep or something during the thing. So them two niggas, they just get old. Shout out to them. They both legends. It's just funny shit to point out. Manny Fresh did a great job just kind of MCing it. I think Manny Fresh was the MC for both sides. You know what I'm saying? Manny Fresh, KLC, Mac. It was good to see Mac. It was great to see Mac. Mac did that 27 years or whatever it was. So shout out to Mac, man. He looked good. Pause. Everything was smooth with him. He did the no, I ain't gotta call me your boo. So this verse. Let me see. Who I think won? Let's get into that. Who did I think won? I think it played out the way I thought it would play out. I think we go round for round and we go song for song, that Cash Money still won. But I think No Limit had tricks up the sleeve like I said they would. Like I called all this on the pregame. Everything except Lil Wayne not being there. I knew Turk wasn't going to be there because Turk got kicked off the tour or whatever that was. So I knew he wasn't going to be there. But Wayne being there, not being there was the only thing I didn't like really kind of predict. And I think the sheer star power of Cash Money is just too much for anybody Much less like No Limit, who had like, they was hot for maybe 1.5 years. Like, just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, steaming blue flame hot, like 1.5 years. Cash Money is just, they could have kept going all night, for real. Like, Juvie didn't really even get in his bag. BG ain't really even getting his bag. It's mad records they didn't play. Like, and you know what's crazy about them playing? I'm so glad they played Back That Ass Up, because if they had played, I should have did this live. Next time I do it live. I don't know why I'm not doing this live. Whatever. If they would have left off with a milli, if Cash Money would have left off with a milli, I would have had a serious problem. Me and Cash Money would have been at odds if they would have left off with a milli. So I'm glad they came back. They backed that ass up. You got to end every Cash Money show, back that ass up. Shout out to Juvie and Manny Fresh, because they chemistry is just crazy. You could tell they just be on tour all day with each other, because the chemistry is just there, bro. Juvenile, and another thing I called in the pregame, Juvenile is going to be the star. He's going to take over the stage. Juvenile is just too good of a performer, man. I mean, like, Juvenile's in that class with, like, Ja Rule, like, you know, like, the ones that got the songs that can perform them, too. They sound just like they sound on the record. They got the same energy they had when they was 21. Juvie rapping his ass off right now to this day. He's never not been hot. Juvie, let's be clear. Lil Wayne is the star of Cash Money, but Juvenile is the star of Cash Money. Like, when Cash Money all get together and they got to be Cash Money, Juvenile is Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne is Juvenile. You get what I'm saying? Outside of Cash Money, like, they go on separate tours. Lil Wayne is going to sell a little more tickets than him. But I'm saying, when they all together, Juvenile is Lil Wayne of Cash. You get what I'm saying? So, let me see. No Limit side. Fatigues. I was expecting the tank. Maybe I'm expecting a little bit too much from this Complex. I didn't know it was on. Let's start here. I didn't know it was on Complex Con, right? I didn't know it was a thing with Complex Con. I thought it was a horrible idea. Like, why are we mixing Complex? Like, see, certain brands, what is that? Certain brands just don't belong with cultural moments. Like, these are iconic groups. I don't know why we're including anything that has to do with Complex or Complex Con in the cat. Like, this should have been its own night, and it should have been promoted like a Mayweather fight. I'm talking about, and they should have had all the time they needed. I think Versus is just starting off back horribly again. Like, I really don't get why you would have two labels that have 26 artists apiece, and then we only watching this shit for an hour. Like, I really don't get it. I really don't know why you wouldn't cut out enough time. I'm be honest with you. This is the shortest Versus. This is the shortest Versus that started on time. And it's like, how do you have the most people but the shortest Versus? Like, that makes no sense at all. 100% no sense, right? So I just think Versus need to get their life together, because I think the idea, the concept is outshining the execution. I think the execution has been horrible in a few verses. That Trina Eve verse, I didn't like the execution, but that's when everybody was, you know what I mean? Bone Thugs and whatchamacallit, that shit was a shit show. D'Angelo joint, didn't like it. It's like mad verses that you know, Versus was a thing. You got to get dressed in the house. You got to call your girlfriend. You got to make macaroni. It's like a thing. It's like Thanksgiving and shit. So when it became a tradition like that during COVID, like, it started to disappoint after a while, because it's like, y'all keep having simple issues. And I think tonight was just another thing. And we ain't seen y'all in 3 years. So I was really, really disappointed at that. Like, there's no way we're supposed to be cutting this short. You know what I'm saying? I think they probably played like 10, 11 songs a piece. Had to be. Cash Money probably played 12. They probably played 11, like 13 max. You know what I'm saying? And every Versus was 20. And you mean to tell me you got all these artists on the stage and they can't really get in their bag? Come on, man. I don't like it. I don't like that. No Limit left off so many records. Cash Money left off so many records. So much to be desired left. But the messed up thing is they play some of their biggest records. So it's not even like it could be a part two. You can't play Back That Ass Up again. You can't play It Ain't My Fault again. So it's just over. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Birdman, Master P. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Two of the most outstanding black businessmen the world has ever seen. No Limit is one of the greatest movements of all time in hip hop. Cash Money is one of the greatest movements all time in hip hop. And I'm glad they got together, had that moment, because we know that it could have not happened. And at the end of the day, it was a celebration. Got a little chippy, did get a little chippy, did get a little, competitive. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the nature of hip hop. If you know those two crews, that was the coolest they could have been. And I'm just proud of that, man. I'm proud of that. BG, man. BG had all the energy, man. Shout out BG. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Turk wherever he at. Shout out to Weezy wherever he at. Big timers. I knew they was going to blow the roof off. I knew he was going to say, it's our turn, Fresh Gator Boots. I knew it was coming. That chopper style, that chopper style was the one that everybody forgot about. I said, when that chopper style come on, I said that. Go back to my video on shorts. I said, when that chopper style come on, they going to remind them what No Limit is. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Tank. Shout out to the $, man. It's the guy, G Holy, rapping allrapnohiphop.com. Make sure you check out our sponsor. If you want to see react to anything, go buy something from Con Wolf. When it comes to your crib, you show the proof that it did, and I do a reaction for totally free. So let's get it. It's the guy. Let's go.